Hey, welcome to the open floor. It's your girl Yan.
It's your girl Nikki.
And we are back with season 2.
We made it.
I
High
missed
five.
you. Ah! I missed the
I miss
camera.
you too.
I missed the whole
Ambiance.
talking shit. Like, no.
That's what it is. It's the real thing.
So what's up? What we talking about today?
So today we're talking about spinning the block.
Oh,
yeah. You know, everybody's downfall. Some people do, some people don't.
Okay.
So how do you feel about
spinning the block? At this point in my life, I do not want to go backwards. There isn't anyone that I feel like I'm open to giving another opportunity to.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that in some situations it could work for people, but for me, it just can't. I just can't do it.
So
I used to do it all the time, though.
The dumbest shit ever to spin the block?
Yeah, it is.
Does it depend on the situation?
No, it's just dumb to go backwards because it's the reason you left in the first place.
What if it was like wrong place, wrong time?
I do believe in right person, wrong time. Right. However, in my experience, any situation that we fell out, or I don't even want to say we fell out because I don't have too many where we parted like in a negative way, but it was always a serious reason. Like most of the time I wasn't getting what I wanted out of it, so it was like, what am I going to keep on wasting my time for? Most of the time sex is what kept you around.
Speak for yourself. It wasn't. No. It is what a person could do for you and how they make your life easier too, I feel like.
Yeah.
Especially if you've been dealing with that person for a minute. Like the routine of it all.
That sounds more like of a serious situation, though.
Well, that's the only people you should be spinning a block with.
Not necessarily, because it could be people you dated or a person you dated and it never really went to the commitment stage, and but y'all that's separated true. And then
it just out of the air just went.
Because I had that with, it was this one person, like literally there was nothing wrong with him, but we had so many times where we were on and then I would just ghost, and it would be back on, and then I would just go ghost. And he always treated me so well. Like when I say he is top of the top for the dates, nobody can fuck with him when it comes to the dates. He dated me the way I deserve to be dated, but I don't know if I wasn't ready for what he was trying to give. I don't know if my focus was probably with somebody else, but whatever it was, I kept fucking it up. Now, I'm not saying he didn't play a part in it, because he definitely played a part in it, but I could speak for myself when I know, like, I probably wasn't ready for that type of situation when I thought I was, but he treated me so good.
So would you spin a block if he come back? Why?
Because I wouldn't want to hurt him.
But you're ready, though.
Yeah, but I don't think it's him that I want. Like, now that I'm in this space and I think about me wanting someone else, like if I felt like I wanted him, I'd be like, damn, you know what? I should reach out and like try it again with him again. But it never crossed my mind to like try with him again. He's a great guy. Like, he's going to be so great for somebody else. I just don't think we work for each other.
I have to take a deep breath. Because, and I'm only doing this because you were the same one, like, Nikki, look beyond the looks. You gotta.
Oh no, he was fine.
I understand, but I'm just so lost as to if he was a good guy and he wasn't for you. Why, if he was a good guy?
It's so crazy. Like,
tell Kobe to move.
Move, Kobe. Yeah. Move, Coco. So when it came to him, the worst part, which that's not even bad. Like, the only con, because I prefer a guy that's taller than me. Like, he was taller than me, but he was still short. Okay. And I just always felt like we looked like two teenagers in love. Like, so like, I just didn't feel protected. I don't know.
Okay, so physically he wasn't.
But he was fine though. He was fine.
So he was a little fine.
He was fly. Like, we met each other fly so well. He was so soft and sweet.
So why
with
can't
me.
women? And now I'm bashing women. Why can't we look past that if that person treats you good?
So now the place I'm in, I can look past that. But you asked me would I go back to him? I wouldn't do that because I feel like we had that many attempts, and although none of them ended bad, it's almost like I just feel like if we go and try again, it won't be bad, but then we'll end up being off. Because sometimes it was me and sometimes it was him. So I don't know what was wrong on his end. But for me, it was just, I had a lot going on, and I don't know, it affected my view of him.
Okay. Okay, so wait, it's itching. Okay. So I have my little, well, she made these cute cards.
Yes.
I have structure. Questions. Okay. So spinning the block, how do you feel like say if you're still have feelings for somebody or whatever the case may be, how do you think that affects your current dating situation? Like, are you the type of person who, when you looking at other people, you find things in them that they don't have in the person that you still got in the back of your mind, and it kind of messes it up for you? Like, have you ever been that person? And I'm gonna speak on it too. Like, oh, he's not as tall as so and so, or he not. I don't like the way he smile or the way he smell, like things like that.
So do I compare?
Yeah.
The new
the guy that's still in the back of your mind, okay, to the guys that are approaching you. Because the guy that's in the back of your mind is what you used to.
So I've definitely done that a lot in the past, of course. But now I don't compare them when it comes to like physical, the looks. It doesn't. I don't compare them when it comes to like
even conversation,
what they do. How we communicate is important, but I think a lot of what delayed me in dating when it comes to like a past person was me leaving that space for him and only him, and not allowing nobody else to even get an opportunity to show me anything, because that's who I wanted. So somebody could have came around and treated me so much better than he treat me, but just because it wasn't him, I'm going to push it to the side because it's like I'm waiting to see if he's going to do those things. So that's how I started to approach dating up until probably this past, I'd probably say like this past 6 months. Now I approach dating with a complete open mind. And I give people a chance to show me who they are, and I give people a chance to see who I am. I don't worry about, like, if it was a person, that person never crosses my mind when it comes to the new people now, because I already know if I even consider what I had or have, that new person is never going to have an opportunity
at all,
because it's that hope I'm still holding on to, or I was still holding on to.
So I feel like it's hope or hurt. Like,
it's both. Definitely not hurt.
Yeah,
it's
because
hope.
That's like the hurt part to me is where if they show you signs that the previous person that you dealt with hurt you in ways, like those type of things, and then you automatically just cut it off right then and there because that's what the past person did. Like, those are certain things that the past person did. So when you see it in this one now, it's like, oh no, I'm cutting that shit short.
So I see that more like triggers from past toxic relationships you was in, or breakups with the person that remains in the back of my mind. How you said it, that person, I guess you could say it never ended because they're still in my mind. They would still be in my mind. So it wouldn't be hurt. I think about, like, I'd be deprived. I'd be feeling like I'm being cheated out of getting treated a certain way by holding on to that person. So if anything, I'll be thinking about what that guy who been around wasn't doing or isn't doing, and I'm like not even allowing a new person to do it.
Right. So mine, and you seen it all from beginning to end. I did used to pick them apart. Like, tear them down to their nostrils. I tore them down. Okay?
Nobody got a chance.
Nobody had a chance. And I was so in denial about it. I'm just like, no. Like, me and her used to argue all day, every day. Like, bitch, you tripping? Like, what, that nigga did it? And then you'd be like, well, how long you was on the phone with him? Did you even call him? And I'd be like, my baby was sick, and then, like I would make up an excuse because for one, I was afraid, and for two, like that person was just like everything to me. Like if you love a person from literally their head to their toes, and then there's one person his stomach is a little bit thicker than the, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta train yourself. You really have to train your brain. And it's not even wanting that person back. I never wanted them back. You get what I'm saying? It was just what I was used to.
Yeah.
Inside and out. So that comes with healing though. Mm-hmm. And that
we love to hold on to what's familiar to us.
Yeah. Yep. And then you lose out on a chance with a person that could really praise the ground that you walk on, that could really give you everything you want and then some. That could really, I was even petty down to the skin tone. No disrespect to my light skin, but you had to be black.
Yes, you a chocolate one.
You had to be very black. She likes tall men. I don't like tall men. If you over like a certain height, I just want to fight you at this point. Because if you yell at me or raise your voice at me and then you hovering over me, I feel attacked. You know? Like preference. But now I'm just like, all right, Nikki, like, come on, you can't do that. Because I be thinking like, well, what if there's like, I don't know, another guy that's another race or whatever the case may be, and he's not into black girls. And then I walk past and it's just like, oh shit, it's something about her. Like, I just feel like you should be open-minded. So I'm more open-minded. I would date every race. I told you about my new boo. He's so white. And I'm so in love. He know who I'm talking about. But I mean, I've been open-minded lately.
So you would date outside of your race?
Absolutely. Yes. And it's crazy because I really like black men, right?
Yeah.
I really would. And I think that's just my family tree because it's not.
Well, I can't wait to see that.
All black. But you say that though.
What?
You don't think I should wind up with a...
No, I never said I don't think you should. I don't see it.
You just don't see it.
I don't see it. Your man is most definitely going to be an African American, like 100%. And
you think I'm going to wind up with one?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, maybe that was somebody else who said that.
Very black. I will say
that was my coworker.
He's gonna be like corporate or something like, or a boss. I just see him in a suit.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta iron it. I don't even iron my own clothes.
Yes, you gotta iron it. Do you iron your underwear too?
What?
I've seen it. No.
That is definitely some gel shit.
I'm trying to think. Was that man in prison before? No, he wasn't in prison before. He ironed his
corporate thug.
Yeah.
Yeah. He ironed his drawers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, have you ever been in a situation where you spent the block and in the end it wasn't worth it and it made you feel like a head?
Every time.
All the time? Is that why you don't spin the block anymore?
Absolutely. It's so pointless. You go back searching for
this new
something
person.
New.
Oh, he's changed.
Shit nothing be different. And I want to talk about something when it comes to spinning block. So when we started this podcast, I'll never forget, after the first episode, the way a lot of my past guys decide to, I guess they watched the clips or whatever, watched the episode, they all was coming back. Like trying to come at me. And it was a few who was like asking me on dates. And I feel like because of the way I think now, and I'm much more mature, in a way I want to like approach dating or whatever, and I want to be married, I feel like they was trying to like test to see if they still had access to me. And that shit irritated me so bad.
You felt played.
I felt like they was playing in my face. Cause why are you writing me? I haven't talked to this one person years, and you decide to come back and say, oh, after the $100 date one, like when I was talking about that.
Oh, cause he went to you on that. What did she say? Was it coffee? Go get coffee for a day and go for a walk or some shit. Jill Scott.
I said bowling too.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, she ain't the.
Yes, they was playing in my face, trying to test to see if they still had access, and
you was shutting them down. I remember that time
yeah, I
frame.
don't. Cause first of all, I see right through what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I see exactly what, and that's. I think that's what helps me with dating now too. Is like because of the things I've experienced, and I pretty much was faced with a great amount of crazy situations in dating. So like I could literally see right through them, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't be buying that bullshit. So, but yeah, I can't spin a block anymore. Um,
You think it depends on the situation, like how
mm-mm,
y'all ended?
mm-mm. I'm trying to think of this one person. Like no lie, if I could think of one person, I would that I've dealt with in the past that I could go back to even attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
None.
None.
Whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
But he hit it right.
Mm-mm.
He found that spot.
I might think about that.
See, what had happened was
I might
when
think.
we was in the car
like damn.
5 years ago, he did. He made me cry. Like, and touching on that, because you know my whole celibacy thing or whatever, because it's all out there now. You know, I have my moments. Like, babe, you remember that time I called you? Like, is that one person is like, I can't touch him. God damn it. It's like touching a hot stove and you know that shit is hot.
Yeah.
And you just, like, to go back to that place will be insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's really is one person that and we both know we shouldn't spin the block on each other because it's hellfire from there, right? Because it's really hard to separate. But I have my moments where I'm just like, I miss him. It was last week, remember?
Yeah.
And I actually reached out, and he didn't respond. I'm being honest. He did not respond, but I know why he's not responding.
I'm glad he didn't respond.
Fuck you.
That was God helping you from making a really terrible decision.
It wasn't terrible. I just wanted to talk
was
shit.
Absolutely the worst decision.
He's one of those people where I could talk on the phone with for hours, and it's looking like, damn, we was on the phone for 3 hours.
Yeah, but there's a lot of reasons why you don't want to talk to him. So
you're right.
I'm so glad
I
he
didn't
didn't
talk
respond.
to you anyway. I was just trying to see if you. Okay, fine. So yeah, that's one person that I. But anybody else? Mm-mm.
Nobody,
baby.
I'm telling you, I used to do it all the time. Like I could go.
I feel
months.
like if I spent the block with anybody, I will be so upset with myself because the journey that I've been on, like with myself, with my confidence, with mastering being a mom, with mastering like just my self-worthiness, I would be disappointed in myself.
Yeah, I would hate for
because
you to
anybody that I messed with, like prior to, it was like healing in the bad way. I was just had my moments. Like that's the way I thought was getting over a person was to deal with this person and da 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 da.
Yeah,
and it was just that. So now that I'm trying to do it the right way, I feel like I'll be backtracking in the wrong way.
Yeah.
So I won't. Sorry. I hope you had fun when I had fun. But it's a wrap. Let me see. I think that was all my questions. If you feel slow, if you spin the block. So what advice would you give a person who has a hard time not spinning the block?
Well, like they can't stay away from their past?
Yeah. Like they past just keep.
I think it depends on the person's situation.
And she wants to move on. I feel like spinning a block shit blessings from your current person.
It definitely blocks your blessings. That's why I said it depends. Cause
coming in,
it can be situations where it's two people who are really busy just trying to get their life on track, and they make time for each other when they can. But for the most part, it's like they don't really have time for nothing serious. Maybe just maybe. But when I think about spinning the block, I literally just think about the toxic situations that we leave alone, and we decide we bored and we go back and fuck with it for a little bit. All right, so yeah, I just don't think that we should spin the block anymore. Especially if we want something more serious
and new, some fresh dick,
new, new, and something that is a meaningful relationship. Like those past people are never going to give us what we desire. So there's no point in even going backwards. Um, so so would you spin the block?
What are you looking at me like that for? Why is she looking at me like that?
How do you feel
about
us spinning the block on our children's father?
How do you feel about people? Can you just make this a broad statement? Like, how do you feel about people?
Well, we're gonna speak personally and in general.
Can't.
Okay.
And I know it's like you be like, what? No.
I mean, it's not unheard of.
No.
People have their reasons.
I feel like with my kid's dad, no, I just can't. Like that was too much trauma. That was too much. It was just too much. Like now that I look at him, and I still love him to death, but that nigga is mean as shit. And it's like, I don't know, cause like how our relationship, we started as friends, or whatever the case may be, but I was young. Yeah. So all the stuff that he taught me was just like really my first time experiencing it, like for real, because my prior boyfriends, it was just like teenage love affair type shit. So that was the first man I've ever been with and the first man I've ever lived with. So like even some things when I look back on, it's just like, damn, I wasn't tripping. Like he's very like strict, but I just thought it was like, oh, that's just the way it is. Like that's how it is like with a man. You think I would know because my dad is in the house, but I just was just so willing to just bite down, believe it or not, because my mouth is crazy, with a lot of shit that I'm not willing to do again. Like the way our lifestyle is inside home and outside of home is just too different.
Yeah.
Like it's too different, and I'll just feel like it'll just be doing that just to go back to just having my kids like in the same household,
right?
And I'll go back to yelling, and then, like even to this day, I find myself biting my tongue because this is not worth arguing. We will argue a lot. A Scorpio and Aquarius, it just doesn't match. But no, I wouldn't see myself. I don't think it's a smart thing to do to spin a block with your kid's dad because. Again, that's a different tie. What was the thing you were saying the other day? That's a different. Like y'all have a. Like y'all have
I pretty much said that tie. It's nothing. Y'all. That's the tie y'all have together.
Yeah, you have children with this man, right? So he's always gonna be there. So say if you do spin a block with him again, and it don't work again, you still gotta deal with this nigga. Like literally, he is family,
right?
So I would say tread lightly with that. When it comes to spending a block with your baby dad or your baby mom or whatever the case may be, especially if it's going good now and y'all got into a good space. That's why I like having sex with them. Just I play with my kid's dad because I know I can play with him and I know he won't like take it serious or vice versa. But I don't think that's a smart thing to do. I'd rather spend a block with somebody that I used to date versus my kid's dad because that's digging yourself in a deeper rabbit hole.
Yeah, for sure.
No matter how good the sex was, it's just fuck that shit. Especially if it took you a long time to get out of it. What? You gonna go back into it?
No, for real. And I'm not a fan of doing anything for the kid, like staying together for the kids.
No, they will be okay. Insane. I don't think staying together for the kids is like that's being selfish to you, yourself, and your soul and your happiness.
The kids too, because what good are you to those kids if y'all unhappy anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's so it's pointless.
So how do you feel about spinning a block with your baby dad or people?
I would never.
You guys
However, fresh, like it took from our breakup point. So when we broke up, I ended it for reasons other than like it wasn't like a cheating or anything. I just was finally in that space where I wanted more out of life than he wanted. Like we was on two different paths. So that's
Fast
how it
forward to
ended.
now.
But as far as spinning a block, what I was gonna say is that first year of us being apart, I was done until I saw him. Like once he stopped hiding other girls, then I started feeling stuff. So like I would go and keep going back and forth because it was like, damn, like he actually dealing with other females. So I would say I did a lot of spinning the block that first year. Yeah, that first year it was real hard to deal with the breakup.
But do you feel like spinning the block solved it?
It didn't. It just made it worse because
Right.
we went through a period where we didn't talk. It got really bad. It got really negative. It got physical. Like it was just a lot we had to go through in a relationship, phasing out of the relationship, dealing with like co-parenting. Like that shit was a process. But at this point, and for a very long time, for the past years and years, like I don't even look at him in that way. Like
really,
I don't.
Like in a sexual manner.
You would really be like I surprised myself that I even got kids with him because I don't look at him in that way. It's not something I would ever consider. Like if somebody was to say something to my kids, even like about their parents getting back together, they will laugh in their face because they know like my mom is not getting back with him. That man. She don't want that man. Sorry. Yeah, so
sorry, baby.
Daddy. It's like not gonna ever happen. It's never gonna be considered. It's nothing that I need to seek back there. That was although that was my first adult relationship, I was a child. Right. Like at this age,
that's how I feel.
I'm not in that space.
The more I feel like the more you learn yourself and the more secure you are within yourself, because think about it, we was young. You get what I'm saying? So the manipulation was on 1,000. Whoa. And you didn't know no better. Like the fuck? Like this is my man. He said the sky is going to be yellow today. It's going to be fucking yellow.
And it's so bad because people will try to say, oh, us being able to be manipulated like that is because we don't have fathers or whatever. Guess what?
No,
you had your father, and I didn't have mine in the household, and we still did the same dumb shit.
Yeah,
it's just,
but it's not being dumb. It's just that's the learning lesson. Like it's not dumb.
It's so dumb.
Okay, it's not dumb because it's you so in love. It's just like.
I don't want to ever be in love that I'm so delusional like that ever again.
Love is delusional. How about that? That's how I feel. I want to be delusional again. I want to be stupid. Stupid in love.
What was the next thing? What I was about to say?
I want to be stupid. With that white man.
With what white man?
I gotta call him when I get him.
Oh, the cooking man.
Yes.
You love that man.
I love him. I think he's Mexican though. Last name is Rodriguez.
So yeah, no spending the block.
So.
We don't want our baby daddies at all.
No, I wish. Listen, and my sister would be like, "Well, how would you feel if he had another child?" And better not.
Really?
I would be so upset. Like what? I just gave you 2. You know. That's not my problem.
You cannot. You cannot control that man.
And that's not your brother. That's not your brother.
No, you that baby mom. How you the bitch I don't like. The baby mom I don't like. You the reason I be like fuck the niggas with kids because no.
But I don't want him though.
Man, yeah, we know, but you can't control him having a kid.
No.
I don't care.
You know why? Because the attention that my kids need will be cut in half. It is. Because I mean, it's only so thin you could spread a man.
What happens when you have more kids, though?
I'm not having more kids.
You don't know that.
I'm telling you that.
Did you
keep this episode? I am. I'm looking at it right now, and they threw it through the navel, and they just microscopic. I'm looking it up. I don't want no more kids.
Okay, well that's you, and you only have control of yourself, and if that man have another child, then he have another child.
You gotta get rid of it.
Again, I personally don't care. I encourage him to have quite a few.
Well, to close it out, so what I was telling Yan is that we should start reading people's scenario situations and giving our opinion on it, because our views are obviously different with a lot of things. So I think that it'll be a good idea for people to be anonymously. I know, but I want to do like letters, like people letters and stuff, and then give our opinions on it.
Okay.
So DM, email, right, Faye?
Yep. Message in a bottle.
Message in a bottle. P.O. box. Yeah. So start sending in your stories. Start sending in, because it was this one girl on Instagram Live, and you got to give me her thing. She was in a situation. She kept doubling back on her baby dad, and he kept basically shitting on her. So things like that I like to hear, and I gave her advice. Remember the first time we went live? And she got all those kids. So I wondered if she walked away yet.
She said she walked away.
When?
On our second live. She left.
She left? Mm-hmm. She kicked him out. Did she change the locks? Is she going to go back? You know?
I don't think she's going to go back. I think she's on the path to be done.
We'll do a year update.
Okay.
So we did miss you guys, but I did enjoy my break because y'all bitches wasn't in my house. But thank you. We appreciate it. Jan, do you have anything to say?
Nope. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.